Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel, and we're gonna have some fighting words. But before we go any further, you already know the routine. I need for you to like this video and also please subscribe to my channel. So I've already done the fight breakdown for Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. So this is the fight breakdown for Kell Brook and what he needs to do in order to be successful versus Amir Khan. So I'm just gonna jump on into it. So the first thing that I see needs to happen right off the bat, and they need, hopefully they started some time out, was, well, number one, Kell Brook is compromised. His eye is clearly compromised. Anybody moving forward is going to be attacking that eye, and they're going to be attacking that eye early. So what he needs to do right off the bat is change his stance. He fights off like this. A lot of the UK guys fight like this, hands, I don't want to say low, but midway. Normally a lot of guys I personally come up like this, but a lot of guys stand out like this. A lot of the UK guys do that. And I remember it was Lennox Lewis. He was helping Deontay Wilder early in his career on how to throw a proper jab. And he was saying, why do you guys in America fight from here? Why not fight from here? Because if you fight from here, you can get there quicker. And then you can just bring it back here. So a lot of the guys from UK fight like that. However, he cannot afford to fight like that. You can't do that anymore because his eye has been compromised. So you can't do that anymore. You can't fight from here. What you need to do is a very high guard, and I mean a high guard. Not even Canelo high. I mean Isaac Cruz versus Gervonta Tank Davis high. That thing was super high. He had his guards up like that. Okay, and it was closed in. Can't really do it that much. I got the blazer on, but he was closed in. One, it's going to protect his eye, and two, it's going to allow him to get closer to Amir Khan, because that leads me to number two on what he needs to do in order to be successful. He needs to close that distance. Amir Khan likes to fight with distance. He feels more comfortable. He's an actual pure fluid boxer. He wants that distance because he's going to jab your head off. So if you have the high guard, you're protecting yourself, but also because you're protected, you're able to get closer now. And he's going to need that. He's going to need it just to make Amir Khan uncomfortable. I think a lot of the things for Kell Brook to do against Amir Khan are actually more psychological than anything else, to be honest with you. So a lot of times I talk about, offensive or defensive strategies. But when it comes to Amir Khan and Kell Brook, I feel like something more psychological is going to help more. And I think by switching up his stance, now he has something, Amir Khan is going to have something new to look at. And maybe he wasn't prepared for that in camp. Also, closing the distance early. Like a guy like Amir Khan, he doesn't want the pressure of a close fight. He's going to work best with distance. So make him uncomfortable. That's going to make him uncomfortable. If Kell Brook were to go to the body and go to the body early. So Floyd Mayweather has just like straight jab to the body. And what it does is it sucks the wind out of you, just like that. And it kind of momentarily stops you for like 2-3 seconds, especially if you're about to punch and I just go down and I just pop you. It's going to take the wind out of you because you're in an offensive state of mind and you're coming forward. So your momentum of coming forward and your offensive state of mind, so that means you're not either checking for me to do something or you just don't see it. You're coming forward with your momentum, and then I just go down low. Yeah, that's going to have an effect. Now, if you got 2-3 rounds under your belt of doing that to Amir Khan, trust me, two things are going to happen. One, you're going to take away his mobility in his legs because he's going to try to circle around you. Two, you're going to you're going to force him to drop his hands, because now every time you do anything, you flinch, you do anything, he's going to back up, and he's also going to clench his midsection. He's gonna pull in because he doesn't want any more of that. So that's another thing that's going to happen. Psyching him out, making him timid to throw his punches. Because let's be honest, Amir Khan is going to throw a lot more punches in the round than Kell Brook. So you just want to make him timid. Now, if he's timid and he doesn't exactly know when to punch, well, now you have another edge. You have another psychological edge. You're working up here. Now you can also push him back, because if he's hesitant to throw, you can push him back. You already got the high guard. You've already attacked the body. Now you can muscle him back. Now's a perfect time to muscle him back. So I love watching old fights. Rocky Marciano is really fun. I like to watch him fight. So he was never the most flashy guy or anything like that. But what he was just a bruiser. Like, Rocky Marciano is going to punch everything you give him to punch. He's not just just shooting for your head or shooting for your ribs. No, he'll punch you in the arm. After his fight with Archie Moore is like, man, my hips are killing me. He was punching me in the hips the whole time. He said I couldn't move. You know, like, he was punching me in my leg. You know, just everywhere he's gonna punch you. And I think that's another thing that Kell Brook could implement in this fight, is just rough him up. Why? Because you're bigger than Amir Khan. You're stronger than Amir Khan. That's why. You can afford to rough him up. You can afford to be the bully. You're going to be bigger than him on the night of the fight anyway, so why not rough him up? Why not make it, and it's a fight. So why not? Freddie Roach once said, it's a fight. Like, who cares? When he was training Oscar De La Hoya for Mayweather, and he said, don't just hit him, push him after you hit him. And Oscar's like, push him? He's like, yeah, why not? It's a fight. Push him. Because it does something to you. Like, this guy's crazy. What are you pushing me for? And it's true. Like, Andre Ward actually said that. He said when he fought Carl Froch, he said, yeah, I would hit him, but then after I'd hit him, I'd push him. Just so he could go back to his corner and like, yo, that guy's a maniac. Like, he just pushed me after the round. That's what you need to do. Make it all psychological. But those are some of the things that he can implement. So again, tactically, we have the high guard. That's number one. Number two, go to the body early. Number three, push him back, muscle him back, do whatever you need to do. And then number four, I'm not saying make it dirty. I'm not saying, throw your forehead in there or something, or an elbow. I would never say that. What I am saying is, number one, it's a fight. But number two, muscle him, because you're the bigger guy. Why not? Look at Tyson Fury. Look what he does. He just muscles guys around. Like, why not? If I'm showing up bigger, I'm going to take every advantage that I have. I'm going to muscle you around. Why not? I have no issues with Kell Brook muscling Amir Khan around. That's what he's going to have to do. And I think from there, he could be very, very successful. And I think he can be successful early. And I mean, by no means am I saying that Kell Brook doesn't have boxing skills. The dude has boxing skills. He has a solid boxing foundation. It's just that in comparison to Amir Khan has superior boxing skills. He's a very fluid fighter. And I don't think this needs to come down to who has better boxing skills. I think this needs to come down to who wants it more when it comes to Kell Brook, who's a bit more gritty when it comes to Kell Brook, who has more championship heart and spirit when it comes to Kell Brook. I think that's what it's going to have to come down to. And I think that's what he's going to have to show and implement throughout the entire fight. I'm trying to see if I left anything out. I think that's about it. I'm curious to know what you think. Do you think that Kell Brook should make more of a psychological battle than anything else? Drop your comments down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe.